Well, here's to Alexandria Quartermaine, wherever she may be.
Kind of funny toasting with beer bottles, don't you think? Okay, then, to Alexandria Quartermaine, wherever she may be. And here's hoping wherever she is, she stays very, very far away for a very long time and leaves us all in peace.
Alan and I set out to the deli for some sandwiches. Will you join me?
Thank you. You know what? This reminds me just when I was a kid, and I used to come into your office on Saturdays and try and help out and make a complete fool of myself. And we would sit down and we'd have some lunch, and you'd give me a drink of beer, and my goodness, it was a big deal then.
Well, you got beer at an early age because you're a male, Quartermaine. Yes, those were good times, weren't they?
Yes, they were.
Well, everything worked out fine. You know, I'm glad that you told me that Susan Moore was your mistress. You know, really, it's best that she left. With her out of the way, Monica will be less trouble. It's going to be a lot easier for you in the long run.
I miss her so badly, Dad.
You'll get over it. Oh, you may think you love her, but you'll find you can live without her.
I do love her, and I won't live without her.
Well, I've had many lost loves during my lifetime, and I've managed to survive quite well. Thank you very much. You will, too.
There's something I have to tell you, and when I do, I think that you'll understand why I've been affected so deeply and so much by Susan leaving.
Okay, what is it?
Susan's pregnant with my child.
So you see, Mrs. Grant, Susan and I are old friends. And she promised me a job at the disco. Well, I arrive in town and find out that she's not here. Well, it kind of puts me sort of a bind, if you know what I mean. Do you have any idea at all where she went?
I know she's gone. I mean, she told me before she left.
Oh, then you do know where she went.
No, I don't. I mean, maybe she just needed to, to get off by herself for a little while or something like that. I mean, people need to change the style of their lives once in a while. I'm sorry, Mr. Horgan?
Oh, no, Corrigan.
Oh, well, Mr. Corrigan, I don't think I'm going to be much help to you. I mean, Susan's gone, but she said she'd be back. And if she wants a little privacy, then there's nothing I can do but respect her wishes.
Was Susan upset, Mrs. Grant? I mean, was she having problems of any kind?
Amy, this is Mr. Corrigan, who's come to talk to me. We need a little time to talk alone. Would you mind doing your homework up in your room, please?
Heck, I just live here, right?
Amy, go.
I'm going.
Why are you asking all these questions about Susan?
Well, because I care about her. Susan and I were very good friends.
Oh, where'd you know her from?
Oh, from way back.
Way back, huh? And just what kind of a job was it that you said that she promised you at the disco?
Well, she said she was going to make me assistant manager.
Well, isn't that funny? I mean, Susan has an assistant manager.
Well, I don't know about that.
Mr. Corrigan, look, if you are really interested in a job at the disco, there's really only one person for you to see, and it's not me.
Who should I see?
Alan Quartermaine. And I'm sorry, but I really can't spare you more time today.
Mrs. Grant, I want to thank you for your courtesy.
I mean, she's my daughter, but I don't know how to help her.
Aunt Alice, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to upset you.
Oh, honey, it's all right. I mean, it was a perfectly natural question to ask me about Heather, but why don't we just change the subject?
Okay.
Why don't you tell me about how you got this lovely house? When did you get it?
I got it shortly after I met Arnold Wellington.
Arnold Wellington?
Yes. I'm in love, Aunt Alice.
I can see that you are, just by the glow.
Yeah. The only problem is, I probably should have known better. He's married.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, really did it this time. Those pipes over there belong to Arnold. He spends as much time here with me as he can. Aunt Alice, we're just so compatible.
Well, not very compatible. I mean, Susan, honey, he's married.
I love him. I really do. And I'm going to have his baby.
I don't know. I just don't know. I tried. I tried to raise those two little girls as best as I could. And just look what has happened. One was just gotten out of the sanitarium, been in the police lineup, suspected of maybe committing a murder. And the other one is pregnant with no husband, and she's disappeared. Where did I go wrong? Where did I go wrong?
Susan is pregnant? Alan, how could you have allowed such a thing to happen? How could you be so stupid?
I don't feel the least bit stupid. I feel damn proud.
Proud?
I am proud. I love Susan, and she's going to give me a son.
You already have a son.
I have a son by a woman who hates me. Thank God Susan loves me.
Love. Love has nothing whatever to do with it. The child that woman is carrying is not a Quartermaine and never will be. He is not legitimate. I have only one legitimate grandson, yours and Monica. And believe me, he is the only one who will be recognized as a Quartermaine.
That child is going to be my flesh and blood, and that's the truth of the matter. Now, he may not inherit the Edgar Quartermaine Trust Fund, but he is a Quartermaine nonetheless, and I will give him whatever I choose to give him. And there's one other thing that you better understand, Dad. I love Susan, and I'm going to find her whether you like it or not.
Main desk, Miss Vining. Yeah, hold on just a second. Monica, this for you.
Oh. Mr. Corrigan, you really have to stop calling me at the hospital.
The information I have for you is very urgent.
What's that?
Well, I just got through talking to Mrs. Grant, and she knew about Susan's leaving town, all right, but she didn't say too much.
Well, what did she say?
Well, I told her about my wanting to get a job at the disco, and she told me to talk to Alan Quartermaine.
Well, you know, that might not be a bad idea. I mean, it certainly give you a way to get in the place, and, well, if you got some information, you might even be able to ask Alan a few questions.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that might work.
So do I. So you go to it and you get the job. And, don't, however, forget Mrs. Grant. I'm sure that she knows somehow where Susan Moore is.
Oh, no. I'll stay on it.
Good.
I'll be talking to you.